I just want to say the answer to the problems that you're having with your weight loss diet is the food that you're eating, right? I bet you're eating cleaner foods, you're eating less foods, and the problem that you're probably having is you're finding that you're always hungry, right? So it make you think about food. You cannot quiet the food noises because you're always just thinking about food. And the solution to that problem is whole foods. Like, I don't think people understand how much whole foods matter. You do not understand what whole foods will do for you, right? I mean, it make you feel better instantly. Like, whenever, I mean, on the very first day, if you go a full day of eating nothing but whole foods, I promise you, you will not be hungry. Like, the very first meal that you eat with whole foods, you're not going to be hungry. And even more than that is the feeling that you're going to get from eating whole foods, right? Like, you're going to be satiated. You're going to be getting a lot of the vitamins and minerals and stuff that your body needs to function. So you're going to be hitting your proteins. You're going to be hitting your carbs. The fat's going to be low because as far as the meats, as long as you're eating like lean portions of meat, then the fats will be low, right? And I mean, the carbs and the protein just work itself out. And of course, getting more fruits and vegetables, that's going to also increase the fiber intake. That's going to help with your digestive system. So guys, when I'm talking about, when I talk to you all about, eating the right foods, I'm not just talking just to be saying this stuff. Like, this is my second time around losing 50 plus pounds, right? The first time when I lost my 50 pounds, it was brutal because I had to go, I remember I was on the road. So a lot of the foods I was eating, it was fast food, right? So I would have to go to all of these different fast food restaurants, right? And I had to eat less. I think at the time I set my calorie limit. I was eating around 2,600 calories, which as long as you're in a calorie deficit what create the weight loss. It don't matter what you eat. You can eat cheeseburgers all day, right? But the problem with that is, even though I was eating less food, because the fact that junk food, it has so many calories in it, right? It's so calorically dense because you got a bunch of saturated fats, you got salt, sugars, and stuff like that. So, for example, a cheeseburger, double cheeseburger could be like 800 calories, 1,000 calories, right? So the trade-off with that is that double cheeseburger, like, it sit in your stomach and it get digested and you're hungry, and it's also like stuff inside of the double cheeseburger that's gonna make you even hungry anyway, right? It's all kind of stuff these companies are putting inside the foods that make you hungry, that's gonna hit your ghrelin and all of that stuff. Versus, on the other hand, whole foods do the complete opposite. The goal of whole foods is to keep you satiated, to keep you full. To keep you full, and so you're not that hungry, right? So I'm telling you, like, if you are on your diet right now and you keep falling off, and you last for 2 days and then you crash out and you go get a pizza, whatever, and you just keep giving up, I'm telling you, you are trying to do this the hard way. This is hard mode. I have done it. Like I said, first time I lost like 40, 50 pounds. I didn't have no energy. I felt bad. I didn't get the typical feeling that people say that lose weight, that the good feeling that they get. I didn't get none of that. I got a little bit because I wasn't carrying an excess amount of body fat anymore. But I felt sluggish. I felt like I wasn't efficient in that window. So I'm just saying, like, give yourself the chance to experience what Whole Foods can do for you. Like, just give it a chance, man. I mean, and like I'm just gonna throw a couple out the top of the head. Like, eat rice. So for your carb source, like, get you some rice, get you some potatoes, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, it don't matter, right? Oatmeal. And for your meats, like I say, whatever cut of meat you want, just as long as it's a lean source, it's not real fatty, get you a lean source of meat. I typically don't really worry about eating when it comes to my fats and stuff. Like, I don't worry about like trying to get a fat source. The only thing I eat for a fat source that doesn't come from meat is like avocados. That's just because I personally like avocados. But I mean, if you eat like salmon, you'll get a lot of omega-3s and stuff like that. So that alone right there is going to give you a good amount of fat. So you don't have to worry about the fat. Just focus on hitting your protein and your carbs and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, man, like, just get a Whole Foods a try. If you give it a try, you will not regret it, man. Like, I mean, this diet has been probably the easiest diet I ever had to do. I mean, I haven't starved not one day. And it don't been, and I know that this is true because it don't been some times where I started out my day, I probably didn't have my meal prep together, and I had to like eat out, right? I may have to get a breakfast sandwich or something before work, and I can feel it. I get that breakfast sandwich. Just say if I eat that breakfast sandwich about 8 o'clock, well, around about 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I can feel my body starting to get ready to like be ready to eat again. And I typically won't eat till around lunchtime. So I can see that the windows, whenever I eat processed food, my window of staying satiated gets shorter. When I eat Whole Foods, that window get longer. So, I mean, like I said, if you're on your diet and you're struggling with your diet, whatever you're doing right now is not working out for you, before you give up, ask yourself, have I really gave Whole Foods a chance? Don't say, well, yeah, I eat a little lean meat. No, are you eating Whole Foods? So what I mean by when you go grocery shopping and you pick out your foods for the week, how much time are you spending over there with the vegetables, with the fruits and the stuff like that, right? Because another thing, like this, if you think about it, Whole Foods, this is the food that God have personally created for us to consume, right? So, eating Oreos and stuff like that coming out of a lab, like we don't even know what that is. So, the foods that God have, allowed us to be able to have, like, our food is also our medicine, right? And that's why Whole Foods work, because the food is supposed to nourish you, and it's supposed to, in my opinion, I feel like if you eat that, you just probably gonna have less issues from just from a health standpoint. You probably have less issues. I know you will. So ask yourself, have you really committed to eating Whole Foods, right? When you go in the grocery store, just like I went in there yesterday, right? I stayed in one area and got like 80% of my foods, right? I went over there to the fruits and vegetables. I got me some sweet potatoes. I grabbed a bell pepper. I grabbed the onion. I grabbed some avocados. And then I went on to the meats. I grabbed my meat source, which I went with, I like to get like at least like a 94, 96 lean meat. Sometimes I go 93, but I don't go lower than 93. And then I just grabbed a bag of rice. I mean, the rice is probably the most processed thing I eat in my diet, right? Because I do know the rice I eat, it have been enriched and stuff. But, it's a small trade-off for the convenience and stuff, and it's real cheap. So give yourself a chance to really lock in with eating Whole Foods. And I understand, like, when you used to eating foods that's highly palatable and it's super satiating and stuff like that, when you used to eating a lot of sugary, salty foods, I'm gonna be honest with you, Whole Foods is gonna be boring at first, right? But one thing you're gonna notice is how much your body wants those whole food, because I mean it wants it because you're missing a lot of vitamins and minerals and stuff. And like your body, once you commit to your body gonna get out the way, your mind gonna get out the way, and it's not gonna fight what the body want, right? Because the body don't know if you eating cake or if you eat an apple, right? It just know it got some carbs and some sugar. So once you start getting the right stuff, man, you're gonna start craving. It's weird to say that, but I actually crave Whole Foods. I can, I be looking forward to eating it, and I eat the same stuff. I mean, I'm like mentally fortified, and I can eat the same stuff. Like right now, I'm eating. I probably don't eat the same meal for the last 3 weeks, but that's because I'm not tired of it, and I no longer connect my food with my source of comfort. And that's a big thing too. Make sure you're not connecting your food with your source of comfort, because it's going to be hard for you to stick to whole foods if you find joy in the foods that you eat, right? And I'm not saying you should never be able to enjoy stuff, but your food shouldn't be controlling your emotions, right? You got to control your emotions, and you pick the foods. So we got to be adults, and we got to focus on that. But anyway, nevertheless, give it a try. I promise you, if you think dieting on a level of 8 out of 10, just say right now you're at an 8 or 9 out of 10 on how difficult it is for you to commit to this diet. If you switch to whole food, I honestly feel like that number will probably go down significantly, probably go down to maybe a 2 or 3 at the highest. And that's at the highest. So end of the day, give it a try.